Hello, I'm going to talk through checkpoint 2 review. This video will be about learning target 3 on confidence intervals. So the scenario of the first question is that Pew Research did a poll of 1,000 random Americans and found that 89% of them supported expanding the use of solar energy. The researchers who ran this poll decided to compute a 95% confidence interval for the percent of all Americans who support expanding the use of solar energy. Okay, so the first question here is, without us computing the confidence interval ourselves, what's the point estimate and how do we know? So remember that the point estimate is what's right in the middle of a confidence interval. But it's also our best guess, which is based on the sample. Okay. So in these kinds of problems, it's equal to our sample proportion, P prime. And here, we're told that P prime is 89%. Right? So this is 89% or 0.89. Right? That's the percent of success here, the percent of people in the sample who supported expanding the use of solar energy. In B, we're given the confidence interval. It goes from 0.87 to 0.91. And the question asks for the margin of error. Right, so the margin of error is the difference between our point estimate and the bounds. Right, so here we can take the upper bound, right, and do 0.91 and subtract our point estimate, 0.89. And just to check, right, we could also do 0.89 minus the lower bound of 0.87. And that would give us 0.02 as well. Okay. So finally, this last part requires a little more interpretation and thinking about confidence intervals. So let's say we had found the same sample proportion, that 89%, in a sample of 18 of our friends. The question asks if the 95% confidence interval we would get based on that sample would be narrower or wider than what the researchers found here. Right? So the only thing that's changed is the sample size. Right? P prime stays the same, the confidence level stays the same. We're just changing the sample size. So we get more accurate results in general from larger sample sizes, right? A lot of you have told me this intuitively, that if we ask more people, it should be more representative and more trustworthy. And what that means is that a larger sample size gives us a smaller confidence interval. So the one from our friends has smaller n, so it would be wider.